let's grab the modules. Let's do the same thing we had earlier. Let's go back to modules. Modules is not an entity, so let's make it an entity. Let's check it with the schema that is already there. So course, and here's module. Module has ID, title, and the course ID, probably that's the foreign key that goes back to the course that it belongs to. Yes? All right, so let's do that. Let's say that this is an entity, and it'll have a primary key here. So this is an ID, and this is a generated value. So this is a generated value with a strategy of identity, and let's see, what else do we need here? We probably need also the fact that we are in a one-to-many relationship between courses and modules. So this might be a private, the course we belong to, right? And the fact that this is a many-to-one, right? Many-to-one. And we'll need also the setter and getter for this, the course, and we're going to add it at the bottom. There it is. And in the course, we need to make the inverse relationship. So we're going to add the list now of modules, but we don't need this initialization. And we're just going to establish that this is a one-to-many relationship, where we are mapped by the other field with a mapped by a field called course, right? And we'll need these back. There we go. Okay. So we have course module, and we'll need a repository for this, which is almost identical to this. So I'm just going to say that this is a module repository, and the module repository is going to CRUD module instead, right? Not a course. And finally, we'll need probably a module service that we can retrieve all the modules for a given course. So let's create a Java class here called module service. That is going to be a REST controller and have the capability of using the repository, the module repository. Right, we're going to auto-wired the module repository we just created. So the module repository, module repository. There we go, auto-wired. And we want to be able to retrieve things such as retrieve a list of modules that belong to a particular course. Right, so we might want to say something like find modules for course, and we want the course ID. So as an integer, course ID, basically, something like that, right? And we'll need to load that. Actually, we can just grab it from the course repository. We don't need the list, the module repository actually. So we don't really need this module repository. We really need the course repository repo. And here we can say, well, find the course whose ID is this, right? So we can say repo.find by ID, and this is the course ID. And I'm just going to assume that it exists, and this is the course, right? So we have the course, and then we can just return the course.get modules. Okay, right? We just return the modules, and that's it, right? We're going to expose this as a get. So this is a get mapping, map to /API/courses/ course ID slash modules, right? And we're going to map that parameter to that path variable for course ID. Okay? All right, excellent. So let's see what we have so far. Let's run that again. See if it blows up. So let's see if we can hit it. You know, with local 8080 has API slash courses, returns all the courses. Uh-oh. What happened? We're getting into an infinite loop, right? Let's go back and fix that. Right, so let's go into module. In this reference, of course, we don't want to go into an infinite loop. So what we'll do is that we'll do a JSON ignore, right? Somebody was asking, well, what if I'm in a module and I want to know what course am I in, right? How would I expose that, right? If I don't have the course, what if I want to say I'm in this module? Oh, and by the way, the course is so and so. So you could do that by exposing a private course string course title, right? And I'm sorry, public string get course title, and this would return course.getTitle. Now JPA would get really confused and says, oh, what do you mean? Do you have a course title field that you want me to store in the database? And we don't. We don't really have a field called course title. We have an object course that has a title, right, which is different, right? So what we want to tell the JPA is that this is a transient field, right? Meaning this only exists in memory, right? In the CPU. Is not persisted in the database, right? It's a calculated field, right? And you know, get the course, right? But don't convert the entire course to JSON, right? Because we're going to get into an infinite loop. Instead, I only want to send back the title of the course, right? As a transient field. I don't want this to be mapped to any field in the database. That's why it's transient. So we're going to return this, right? Meaning fetch the course, right? But don't convert the entire course. Only send the title. So if we restart this, we restart that, and we go back to our API tab, localhost 8080 / API / courses. There they are, right? So there we have the courses, we have the modules, and each module has the title of the course. So each course knows what course it belongs to. Well, it does anyway, right? But in the server. But if you want it on the client, this is a very convenient way of retrieving specific fields that you might need. All right, excellent. So now that we have that, we can go back to our client here, and when we when we clicked on this, and what we want to be able to do is that when we selected the course, we actually want to go fetch the modules for the course, right? So let's do that. What I'd like to be able to do is notice that here there's only one line. So this I don't need curly brackets, but I want to do a couple of things, right? Not only do I want to select the course, I also want to use the service, this.service, to go and find modules for course, which I don't have, right? We don't have that. No, we don't have that. So let's go to the service and let's implement that. And then here we're going to say, grab that, find modules. Find modules for course, and here's the course ID, and this is so this would be the course ID, and then followed by modules. Right, so this is going to go out and fetch those modules for that course, and then return it as a JSON object. So there, in the components, now we can do this, right? We can say service find for course, and we're going to pass in the course.id. Right? We're going to do a, what is it complaining? Unresolved, find modules. There we go. Right? And then we're going to say then, and this is going to return for the modules. And we're going to say we can create a local variable as modules. We're going to say this dot modules is equal to the modules. Yes? Right? Now that we have the modules, we can then render it in our templates. We can basically do the same thing that we have here, right? But iterating over the, so let's grab this, right? Let's grab this whole thing and do it for the modules. So this would be modules, and this would be, let's not do a click yet. Let's not do a ng class. We're going to iterate over the modules, module, and display the module title. Okay, so let's see if this blows up. Why is this so big? So if we collect 5610, it didn't work. Wait, what? Let's see what's complaining about. Console. Courses 1 from origin has blocked course. Blocked course. Oh, okay. Right. So in the just like this course service has a course origin, right? We need to have it also for every service. So the module service also needs to allow cross-origin requests. So let's restart the server. So allow 4200 to come in here and retrieve data. Let's try it again. So we select that. Notice that we have the modules for that course, right? If we select something else, there's no courses for that. Make sense, right? So you repeat something similar for for the lessons, for the widgets. Obviously, they would all render differently, right? The layout is completely different, obviously. Yes, you have modules on the left side. You have lessons on the top, topics, and then the widgets. Make sense? But there's this mechanism, right, of fetching and retrieving and rendering as you go. All right, awesome. I'll push this to the repositories, and I'll share with everyone. You're welcome to use any or none of it as you see, please. All right, excellent.